let me get this, make sure that everything is working properly. You got your mic on, right?
Yeah, it says live in 2 minutes on here.
Oh, I already put it on, so let's see if, make sure it's going through here. Hold on 1 second. All right, yeah, we're all good to go. Make sure I'm in live chat. Make sure you guys are all in live chat.
Heidi ho.
Because I forgot last time that I was doing my own live and I forgot to be in live chat. It was in top chat. So make sure you're all in live. I'm guessing you can hear us okay, right? Could I get a 5x5? Okay, great. Thank you, Maria.
I'm not on here.
Just go back out. Well, that doesn't really matter. You can still see the chat,
sure.
so
Yeah.
it's fine. Okay. First thing we want to talk about real quick is the elephant in the room, which actually I'm not 100% sure that you can tell on here.
Not on you, on me.
Well, on him, maybe. You can't tell on me. We had a dyeing mishap. I was trying to dye my hair blue. Not all of it, just some little strands around the face and then on the tips and stuff. He actually was doing it. So why on earth I am so blue, I don't know. It's
Not so blue.
everywhere. It's everywhere except on my hair. You can't even see any of it. It was supposed to be like around the tips and stuff, and you just can't see it. But you know where you can see it? On my hands. On my hands. Up here. It's like so embarrassing.
And
I'm
of
like,
course,
oh.
in show of solidarity with her, I decided to dye my mustache. And of course, you can see that.
Yeah, his is blue on his mustache. That's what I wanted for my hair. But no, it didn't work. So I guess I'm going to just have to go and pay to get it done or something. But yeah, I'm completely blue. And also real quick, pants check. We're both wearing pants. So, wow. I don't know if you
Can
can.
you see?
Yeah, you can see. Well, you can't see all the way down. But yeah, we're both wearing pants. So, once. Also,
And, well, like,
yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. Great. Nice legs. Okay. And I guess while we're talking about like little weird things and stuff,
Paradise Acres says you got to bleach first. Yep, I think you're right.
that's what. See, the dye said that it would work on dark hair. It said it would work on black hair, and I've bleached my hair before. In fact, I bleached it completely blonde. I over bleached it a couple times, and it just kind of it fell out, and it was horrible. So I didn't ever want to bleach my hair again. But I think since I only want like a few strips of it and stuff and a little bit, that I might wind up just bleaching the little few parts and then going blue. I won't do the whole thing anymore. But yeah. While we're talking about little things, here's a little secret that I do that is kind of, I think is really funny, and I'm not sure why I do this. Every single time before I do a live stream or before I video, I put on deodorant and I put on perfume so that you guys, so I can smell good for you guys. So I just want to let you guys know that you can't. So I smell good. So it's a good thing.
Yes, she does.
I don't know why I do it. It's like I know that you guys can't smell me or anything, but still, every single time before I get over here, I go spray myself down.
Yeah, I was
so
saying, since when do we have smell-o-vision?
I mean, I don't think you guys can smell through the YouTube thing, but yeah. So that's just something funny that I do. I just wanted to let you guys know. And you guys can laugh at us all you want or whatever about the hair and stuff. I'm cool with it now. I was crying at first because of my hands and everything else, but it'll come off. It's not that big of a deal. But pretty excited anyway today.
It was like I told her,
happy.
you got to laugh because Ryan won't help.
Well, yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, and I have to do a video tonight, and I'm all blue. And the worst part is that we did this like in our bedroom. We've got like tile floors and stuff, and it literally looked like I had killed a Smurf. The floor was just absolutely horrendous.
But I cleaned it.
But I mean, all this blue all over the place and not on my hair kind of upset me a little bit. But we are in a really good mood though, because today we got our pre-qualification for a house.
So now we're going to do
pre-approved now. So now we just have to find a place and get that going. But They still need some, updated documents and stuff, but they said they don't need that until closing and stuff. So very excited about that. So now we just got to find a place that we want to get to.
And we qualified for a VA loan, so.
Yeah, it's a VA loan, so that'll be good. That means we don't have to worry about the closing, or not closing,
Down
the
payment.
down payment. And
So
we're
now we gotta
hoping we can work something out with a seller for the down payment, for the closing
Closing
costs.
costs, yeah.
I keep mixing up my words.
Well,
I've had a little too much energy drink, I guess, or something, and coffee today.
Well, it's
My
kind of like
goodness.
some of the housing prices have started to drop. I think maybe the housing bubble's bursting, and I've noticed a lot of people are starting to say that they'll pay X amount towards closing
And
costs.
there's been a lot of listings that we've looked at where it says the seller is very motivated, make an offer and things like that. And I think with us waiting until this time, because like we've been wanting to for like a year now. We're actually over that, but like for the last year, we've really been trying and wanting to find a place. But house prices were up so much higher.
And when we first started looking, people were having to pay over asking price.
Yeah, and now I think things are dropping, and I think it's a good time for us to be purchasing. So I'm very excited about the timing and everything. Plus, tomorrow's the last day for the kids for school.
Timing.
So the timing is like perfect. We can get something moving before the next school year and stuff. That's absolutely perfect. So now we just gotta get on.
I didn't want to wait this long, but moving over the summer vacate or
Yeah, we were just starting to worry that there wasn't enough time left with everything going to go crappy, really bad to move. So now this kind of thing flying around my nose. So this just kind of took a weight off our chest, knowing that it should be moving along now pretty good as long as we find a place. But let's go ahead and see who is in the house today. Loretta Hutch, Papa's Farm,
Kevin
VR
Ramsey.
Lab Girl. It's okay, you're not that late. You just missed us talking about me turning my body and the floor into a Smurf. Other than that, Jim Shady, thank you very much. He said congrats to us, great news. Maria Enns, good for you, thank you. Michael G, Paradise Acres, Joni Friels, Oki Khan, who am I missing? Minuteman, JRC Homestead, Eric King, Coffee First and Speak, GMA Nana, Kevin Ramsey. Thank you to you guys, moderators, for being here for us and for really helping us out. I really appreciate it. Because sometimes, even though I don't have a huge crowd in here, sometimes it's hard to catch comments and different things like that. And I know you guys do a really good job of answering questions or talking to people and, telling them welcome and stuff like that if I can't do it. So I appreciate that so much. You guys are great.
at least you can read the chat without glasses.
At least I can, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's because I've got the bigger screen here,
Well, true.
so I don't. Yeah, I had to readjust everything so I could have a bigger screen and stuff. Who else? Mary Miles, Dark Angel. All right, thank you guys so much for being here. Before we start into today's topic, I want to do something just a little bit different. There's a couple of Beaverines in here that need some prayer, and I'm sure that a lot of other people need prayer too, our Beaverine family. YouTube kind of frowns sometimes on saying prayers during live streams or like on other videos.
Communist.
So, and I'm already doing so much with so much of the controversy things that we're doing and stuff.
I have a hard time holding biting my tongue.
Trying to not make them even more upset. What I'd like to do, if it's okay with you guys, is if we take like a minute of silence and just say a quick prayer for our Beaverine family. And for Kevin Ramsey, with his hand, the biopsy and the chemo and everything that's going on with him. And then with Minuteman, with his foot and ankle problems and the bone density test that he was taking. And if anybody has any other prayer requests, if you could just put them in the chat. And even if you're watching this later, if you would just put them in the comments for me, or you can email me if you want to be more private about it. I do have a prayer list that I write down everybody that needs prayer and different things like that, and I go through it every night and say a prayer for everybody. So if you guys have any requests or anything, please do that. And then the email is thepreppingartist@gmail.com. Just email me and I will add you to the list or put it in the comments. But if we could just take a minute real quick and just say a quick prayer for them and for the rest of the beavering community and just, everybody in general.
I pray that the veil of lies is removed from the non-believers.
Yeah, and just can we just say a quick little prayer for them? Just
Yep.
a few seconds here, you guys. Thank you. Okay. Thank you guys. I know that was kind of a little bit weird and stuff, but I just wanted to do something like this, and I wasn't sure how to do it because I wanted to actually say a prayer, but I'm like, well, I've heard different things, and some people have said that content it gets completely taken down and stuff like that. So, and just if you guys have prayer lists and stuff, just keep a prayer list of everybody that needs something, and just every night say a little prayer.
Feeling for people that are feeling overwhelmed and depressed.
Yes, definitely. I think that goes for everybody. Even preppers get feelings like that. They're depressed, things are going on. I mean, just because you prep and you're prepared doesn't mean that you still don't have feelings of scared and overwhelmed at times. I mean, you should always realize that you're better off than a lot of people are, but it doesn't always make you feel better just knowing that. People have their periods of doubt and just
It's kind of like we're probably going to have some hard times ahead. Be of good faith. God will help you.
Excuse me. Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I firmly believe in the power of prayer too. So I know not everybody does, and not everybody's a Christian, and that's fine. Do what you do, that's fine. But I don't mean to push it on anybody, but just want to try to help out. And definitely our country needs a lot of prayer right now. That is for sure. Everything that's going on and stuff.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. Did I say hi to Outlaw Farms? I don't know if I did, but hi. I'm glad you're here. Debbie, hello. I don't know if I missed anybody. If anybody's come in since I said hi to you guys, I am so sorry. Jim Shady, I know I didn't say hi to you, I don't think. All right. I guess we can get started with this. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about, because I know there are preppers and people out there, and even people that want to start prepping but feel like they can't because they're in an apartment or they have limited funds, and there's just, they're on a strict budget or they're just getting Social Security or whatever the case may be. That should not stop you from prepping. And no, we don't live in an apartment. We live in a really big house. But before we moved in here, we've lived here for a year, a little over a year. Little over a year. Before that, we did live in, it was a townhouse, but it was in an apartment complex. And the apartment complex was huge because they had 3 in-ground pools for the whole apartment complex. I mean, that place was huge.
Of course, the pools hadn't been open since COVID.
Well, yeah, we had problems with that. We were paying and weren't being able to use the stuff.
And our air conditioner didn't
What
work.
I'm trying to get at is that we have lived in apartments. And even before that, we've lived in apartments before and stuff like that too. But I didn't start prepping until we actually moved into the townhouse over there. So, again, you don't have a yard. It's like an apartment. You don't have a yard. You don't have a lot of space and different things like that. So and that's where we started prepping at. There are a lot of things that you can do in an
Katrinka says hey.
apartment.
Katrinka, was she
Oh,
in
hey,
here before?
Katrinka. Good to see you.
And like I said before, whenever you go to the grocery, if you you prep what you eat. You buy a can of something, buy 2 cans. Set one back.
And even if you're in an apartment, there you can come up with some creative ways to do things.
I mean, you can get some grow lights and do a little bit of growing inside.
Well, this is what I was going to say, is that if you've got a balcony or something like that, you can put a bunch of different plants out there, all in little buckets and different things. You can grow a lot of food on an apartment patio. You just have to know how to space things and how to make the most out of the little space that you have.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with the inside of the apartment. Now, in our townhouse, we didn't actually use our living room, which is kind of funny. We used that as our storage room for all of our preps. We had shelving and put everything in it and use that. So, I mean, there's ways that you can do things in a small space. You just have to be creative. You've got closets, you might have little cans stuffed in here, little ones stuffed over here. Under beds, that's a good place to put jugs of water too and stuff. Because that's what a lot of people say is, well, I don't have a lot of space, so I can't do a lot. You know how many jugs of water and things like that you could fit underneath a bed, or even in just like one of your closets and stuff?
And the townhouse were in was, I guess, are all townhouses 2-story?
I think all townhouses are.
And the stairwell was another place to put stuff underneath the stairwell.
Yeah, so there might be little places in your house that you didn't even think about that you could put stuff in. A lot of places have like little cubby holes or something somewhere that you wouldn't even think of using. You can use that. There's many different places that you can, so just look around, look for different ideas. I mean, even if you have to stack some stuff in your bedroom and it might not look the prettiest and stuff, well, how many people are coming into your bedroom? You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do, and it's better to maybe have a little bit of a disaster zone. You got things all different places behind your couch and, behind tables and stuff, but it's better to do that than to not have the stuff. Because, I mean, right now, just the prices of everything is going up so bad. What was it? Hot Pockets. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I went to Walmart today because I needed to just pick up a few things. And there was a box of 5 Hot Pockets. It was almost $8. And I'm looking at it going, what? I haven't bought Hot Pockets in a while, but the kids are going to be off of school. And those are, like, really easy things for them to make for lunch and stuff like that, to have a little snack or whatever. And I'm like, $8? I remember when these used to be under $5, and it wasn't that long ago. So, I mean, the price of everything is going up, and it's going up fast. So it's best to just grab a little bit now, because I don't mean to burst anybody's bubble, which you probably already know this, but food prices are not going to go back down. It's only going to get worse. Everything's going to get worse. There's no way things are going to get back to how they were pre-pandemic. It's just not going to happen.
Minuteman had a good comment about your neighbors smelling the food you're cooking. Mm-hmm. And that is definitely in an apartment, but also even in a home with land. Having a fire in the fireplace, people smell the smoke for many miles.
And you can see it. So that's the problem regardless.
So, if you can have some food that doesn't need heat to prepare, or very little heat, keep the smell to a minimum.
Yeah, that's one thing too.
Or maybe, yeah.
Also, this is something that you guys should do right now, regardless if you live in an apartment or you live in a house, you live in a subdivision, whatever, wherever you live, you're going to have neighbors. You should get to know them now. Just go walk around, go talk to them, go meet them, kind of find out what type of person they are. That way you know whether they're going to be an asset to you in something or whether they're going to be a threat. That's a big thing to know, because living in an apartment complex could be a good thing if everybody was on board and feeling the same way as you, because then you'd have a huge mag and you could all protect your area and stuff. It could be a blessing. But then if there's people in there that just seem like they're not fitting, that they're not going to handle stress and stuff like that well, then that way you can watch out for them. And
Well, it's kind of like our, excuse me, our next door neighbor I thought was okay. And then when I pulled the bonehead move and left my emergency flashes on my truck all night long, and he saw that they were on and didn't come over and knock on the door and tell me, kind of lets me know I can't count on him.
Yeah, because this fly, because that's something really simple and stuff. And if you can't count on him to just let you know, hey, you left your flashers on or something, then in a bigger situation, what's going to happen? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
like when we lived in that townhouse, we had all our mailbox and it's centrally located for the group of people that were in there. And there was this older gentleman that was getting on in age a little bit. 3 times he left his key in the mailbox. And I looked on the mailbox and I saw what the apartment was, and I walked across to the other side of the apartment complex and I gave him his key back. I don't know if anybody else would have done that.
You did it a couple times.
3 times.
3 times, yeah. Yes, Maria, and that's a very good point. Get some stuff that you can eat right out of the jar, cold, like soups and like Chef Boyardee raviolis and stuff. They might not taste as good,
Heck,
but you
can
can
of
eat
corn,
them.
a can of green
Yeah,
beans.
you can even eat corn and green beans, some of that stuff. You can eat a lot of that right out of the can. Like I said, it might not taste as good, but it's still food and it's not going to call attention.
Well, when I was in the Air Force, a bunch of us were at the lake, and we were up in a cave. There was just kind of a bluff, and we were hanging out in the cave. And we got hungry, and there was a couple of cans of corn in the guy's truck, and we opened it up and we ate it right out of the can. It tasted great to us because we were hungry.
Yeah, my son actually, when he was younger, I think he was like around 2-3 years old or something, he used to like for a snack eating green beans cold right out of the can. He would just pop the lid open and just sit there in front of the TV and just eat some green beans right out of the can.
How many years?
And chicken
noodle
soup
soup.
too. He used to love that. He'd never warm it up or anything. He would just eat it right out of the can like that. I thought that was kind of strange, but hey, I mean, that way you don't have to be cooking anything. You don't have the smell and the aroma going everywhere. And then people also can't tell that you've got something to cook stuff with. You know what I'm saying? This fly is really driving me crazy. I'm about to...
We were doing some stuff and left the door open for a while, and we've kind of gotten a bunch of flies in here, and they're driving us crazy.
Oh man, it's like they keep swarming around my head and stuff. It's like, oh, get away from me.
Because you smell so sweet.
Oh, it's because I put the perfume on. Maybe I shouldn't have put that on. Oh. Well, now I'll stop wearing it.
Of course, I didn't put any on. It's bugging me too.
Oh, well, so that's not the truth. I don't know what the deal is, but they're driving me crazy. There's like 3 or 4 of them right here.
I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Can of corn and I'll be fine.
Green beans for me.
Yeah, they have canned hamburger. They have almost everything. Sorry, I was trying to read this a little bit. Canned tamales. I've never had canned tamales.
I have,
the canned ones?
Oh. They're not as good as gotten in, like some of the places that I got tamales from, but they're definitely edible.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Oki Khan said when they were in their apartment, they put doorknobs with locks on every door inside.
Good idea.
That's actually an excellent idea. If you guys have any excellent ideas, if you've lived in apartments or things like oh my gosh, you can really see the blue on my face. It's irritating me. All right, if you guys have any if you lived in apartments or something, and you have some tips for some people, for people that are new to prepping or just didn't think that they could prep in an apartment and stuff, please leave them. Leave them in the comments. Leave them in this chat. Just whatever, just so we can help out others, because everybody has different ideas, and that's why I love doing these, because just because I say something or have my idea, somebody else is going to have one too, and somebody else might have some really good ideas that I didn't think about or something. So that's the reason of doing these lives and these get-togethers, so we can kind of all see, learn from each other and stuff. That's what we need to do, because not everybody knows everything about prepping. I sure don't know everything there is to about it. I haven't lived in every situation or anything like that, I'm just giving what I do know and what I've gone through this time and stuff, and just sharing it with you guys, and you guys share it back. So it's great. It's like a big happy family here.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I love all of you guys so much. You guys are just so great. You have no idea how awesome and how much better. Like, I was kind of depressed the other day, and just, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but I was a little bit upset and stuff about just how much work you kind of put into YouTube and stuff, and just how long it really takes, especially prepping channels, to like really grow. Because it's like, I feel like YouTube just does not want to push out our videos and our content and stuff. And it just gets a little frustrating. And then you guys tell me, oh, but it's like a big family there, and we love you guys, and please keep doing videos, and we have so much fun and stuff. And that just makes us feel really good, and that makes me remember why I'm doing this in the first place.
Yeah, it's
for
like
this reason.
if we got monetized, we could upgrade our setup here. But if we never get monetized, just the people we have now, it's worth it to come and make these videos just for the people we have now.
Well, and the people, all of you guys that are here now, and even you guys that do watch the videos afterwards, because I know not everybody can catch this at certain times. They've got, life happens, different things going on.
Kevin
I
Ramsey
understand
said that you're only three short of 300.
Yes. And speaking of that though, everybody, if you're watching this video now, make sure you are still subscribed, because I've had 2 people in the last week tell me that they were unsubscribed, and they had to just resubscribe. They didn't know. And so make sure and check, because apparently YouTube's added again, and I was wondering, because my numbers kept fluctuating. They kept kind of going down, then they go up 1, then they go down 3, and I'm like, what is going on? So I think a lot of people are getting unsubscribed. And it's crazy, because one of the people that told me that is someone that watches my videos all the time. So I can understand if you don't ever watch the videos, don't comment, that YouTube just thinks that you're not interested in that anymore. But this person's like always on the videos, always commenting on posts and stuff. So I don't understand why they do it or anything. So just check and make sure you guys are all subscribed.
Better quality over quantity, and we've got some quality.
That's what I was going to say.
Quality
is that,
people in here.
I have not had a troll yet, which is very unusual, and I've just got some really, really good people that are watching, and I'd rather have a good group of people that really enjoy it than people that are coming over that are just, kind of trolling and stuff like that. So
we've got so many people in here that I just I want to have meetups all over, because I'd like to just meet up and just hang out.
Yeah, I wish we could. I wish we could pick like four different places or something, like on each area of the country, and then that way, people could just come over and stuff. I mean, that would be the ultimate.
Set up a camp and start a campfire and just sit around the fire. Maybe have a couple of adult beverages, but and just relax, talk.
Yeah. What time is it? Do you have the time on there?
No. Oh, 6:29.
Okay. I was just checking to see what we were going on this. Okay. Let me see. What else? Okay. Yeah, let's get back to, actually, we kind of got sidetracked there, totally off topic. Let's see, what else about apartments before? Did you want to do the other one that you were kind of telling me about? Or-
Kind of.
Okay, well, we'll do that, and let's see, is there anything else you want to talk about apartments that you can think of right now?
Not at the moment.
One thing that this is not just apartments, this is everything, is your water. Make sure you have water covered. And I don't mean you've got a big lake 5 miles away from you or even a mile away from you.
Water's
Because
heavy.
do you know how heavy water is going to be trying to walk even a mile, coming back with the water and having to do that multiple times because you can only carry a few gallons at
I don't
once.
remember the exact numbers. I know that jet fuel is about 6 pounds a gallon, and I know that water's heavier than jet fuel.
I think it's 7.5 or 8 pounds a gallon
Uh-huh.
or 9. It's somewhere around there. So it's not light. And I always tell you that's a bad plan. Make sure you've got plenty of water stocked up at your house. And also, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think the CDC recommends 1 gallon per person per day. That's no. I'm going to give you a big fat no on that.
In my opinion, a minimum of 3,
3
possibly
per
5.
person, 3 per person per day minimum, because you're going to want to bathe. Emergency foods take a lot of water. If you're using freeze-dried foods, they take a lot of water. Also, another staple that preppers use is beans and rice. Those take a ton of water to cook. Plus, you're going to have to use water for cleaning up dishes, which is why I always suggest having a bunch of paper plates, plastic forks, that kind of thing on hand, because you don't want to have to be washing dishes. But this is just kind of an added thing about the water.
While I'm doing a house search,
Plus, your pets are going to need water too.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Well, when I'm doing a house search, we're looking for a place. I'm looking for a water well. I'm looking for a river. I'm looking for a creek. Not so much a lake, because that attracts too many people. Although, push comes to shove, I would do that. Or I would check the rainfall for the area and see if rain catchment would be an option.
That's another thing too. When you're in an apartment, it might be a little bit difficult, because the best way to catch rain is like to have something on your downspout, on your gutter, something like that. It's easier to get it into a container or whatever. Also, you do need to filter rainwater too. So just make sure you know that and keep that in mind. You can try to catch rainwater in an apartment, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult to do, especially because people might see you doing that kind of thing.
Keeping it
so you have
down,
to be
keeping it on
careful.
the down level would be difficult.
This was something that was kind of cool at the apartments, although we had to refill it up every day, is that she told us, because when the pools were down, that we could put our own pool in, right in the apartment complex. We could have it on our back porch, but we had to empty it every day, so every night, so that kids didn't fall in it and stuff like that. As a liability. I can't believe that they even told us that we could do that, because I thought for sure it would be a liability.
Well,
But
they're also giving out window units, because so many, the apartment maintenance was very bad, and they had 20, 30 apartments that the AC units need to be replaced. Ours was one of them.
that's another thing when you're in an apartment. Just because you're in an apartment, don't think that you're not going to have to be a handyman and fix things, because if things get really bad, they're not gonna come out and do maintenance and stuff.
Okay,
So
Con, see you in a little bit.
Oh.
Leaving.
Okay, bye. You need to also have the things that you would if you lived in a house, like screws, nails, hammer, your basic tools and things, because you might have to do some repairs and some work. You might have to board up windows and stuff. I mean, if it gets that bad, nobody's going to be coming to do fixing your plumbing. Well, you might not have plumbing at that point, I guess, but you know what I mean. So that's just something else to keep in mind. Just because you live in an apartment, don't think, oh, well, I don't need any tools or anything. I'd still concentrate on getting some stuff like that.
Hand tools.
Just your basics at least, you know, basic stuff, screwdrivers, hammers, nails, screws.
Power tools is a plus, but be prepared to not have electricity, so you have other tools.
And that's another thing with apartments. You probably don't want to have a gas generator because it's going to be loud and it's going to draw attention directly to you. I know that they're a little bit more expensive. You can get small solar powered ones for not as expensive, but I definitely would say try investing in some kind of solar powered generator or something in an apartment. Just the gas ones, even the inverter ones that are supposed to be not quite as loud and stuff, they're still going to draw attention, and you definitely don't want that.
Well, if we can find a place that's on a river or a large lake or creek that has good water flow, I'm planning on building a hydro electric.
Yeah, but I'm talking about apartments. You
Yeah, I
can't
know.
really do something like that. Unless you're lucky and your apartment's got like a creek running through it, which
Yeah.
I've seen that too in apartments.
Uh-huh.
I've actually seen apartments that were on like little ponds and stuff like that too. So that would be ideal. If you had that and you're in an apartment, hey, there's your water source and you don't have to worry about it. But, oh, fly just landed in my eye. Oh, that hurt. But the problem with, you do have to filter that water. You have to make sure you filter lake water, creek water, pond water, river water, whatever.
Be careful.
It's got to be filtered. Definitely. Anything else you want to talk about with apartments? Can you think of
No.
any other suggestions that you guys have for apartments? Yeah, also moderators, if there's creators in here, if you guys got a channel or something, just let the moderator know, make sure that they know and stuff, and they'll drop your link for you too, because I want us all to help each other out and stuff. We're all here for each other, so definitely drop some links for some people, and you guys, if you're not subbed to them, go check them out and help support each other in this. All right, anything else about apartments?
No, I don't think so.
No? You guys have anything else to say about apartments or anything? Joni says they have 2 gas generators, but everyone in our neighborhood has them too. Yeah, I think if you don't live in an apartment, do you, Joni? I'm assuming you live in a house. Because I think we've got some neighbors that have some gas ones over here too. There was actually somebody, I think I saw the box to their generator.
Well, it's 2 doors down,
And I think
on the
I
right.
heard one running over here too, not
Uh-huh.
too long ago. So it's a little bit different like that with how, especially if everybody has them, then it's not a big deal. I think, see, we live in Texas, and I think there a lot more people have generators now because
Well, especially
of
after that last
what happened
freeze.
that last time with the freeze, and so many people died, and just different, this fly is driving me crazy. I have to get rid of it before the next time we do a live. But yeah, that's different. In an apartment setting, probably nobody is going to have generators. They might, but I would think very few would. So, I mean, even if you just have a small solar generator that can do like just your refrigerator or something, you probably don't, in an apartment, you might not want to have your lights running if nobody else's lights are on around you either.
Well, yeah,
You need to,
track attention.
so you don't want to power your whole house. You want to just power like a refrigerator so you don't lose food or something, a freezer, deep freezer, something like that. So you don't really need a big, huge one because, like I said, you're not going to want to power everything. You're not going to want to power your central air or anything like that because they'll be able to hear it and stuff.
Plus, that draws a lot of power.
Yeah. So you probably just fans if it's hot or whatever. But solar generators now, I mean, you can get a decent one that can do pretty much the things that you need for not horrendous amounts and stuff. Just save up for something like that. And if all you can get is a gas generator, well, kind of scope it out and see if you think that it's safe for you to use. The main thing is you just need to worry about your safety.
Don't want to breathe the exhaust.
Well, yeah, that too. You don't want to put it in your bedroom while you're sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Do not, do not do that.
A lot of people died from that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't from the Was it from the generators they had
Uh-huh.
inside their houses?
Uh-huh.
Why on earth did they do that? I thought it was from stoves being left on or something. It's from generators, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do not use a gas generator in your house for
Okay.
no matter what.
What is it? Ron White said you can't fix stupid.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would do that, but just in case you're new to
That's almost as bad as the people who are getting gasoline in Walmart sacks.
Oh my gosh, that was nuts. I mean, seriously, I've never seen anything like that. All the pictures that were on social media of gasoline being carried in Walmart sacks in their trucks and stuff, or in like totes that didn't have lids or anything, and it's just pushed in there. I mean, it's okay. You guys, I'm sure, remember about when people were doing that with the gasoline and stuff. And that was just for right after I think COVID hit, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
So if people were going that crazy and doing that stuff then, what do you think that they're going to do in a real SHTF scenario? I mean, that kind of gave you a precursor for what's going to happen. So
Some people get the Darwin Award for self taking themselves out.
yeah, and I want this channel and stuff to help newer preppers too. I think it's very, very important to bring everybody to prepping, as many people as possible, and that's why I was saying it's definitely doable even in apartments, even if you have low budget. Maybe we'll do a video about that next time or something. You know,
Okay.
if I want to help as many new preppers as possible, because if they're prepping and they're prepared, then that means one less worry that I have to worry about in the end. One less marauder coming over.
Well, it's like Caveman Jane and John, where John gave him a budget to go get stuff at Walmart for prep. Maybe we'll set a budget for us. We'll go to Walmart with X number of dollars and do a video and say, this is what we came up with. Where, somebody that actually...
and kind of just a video, and just to show that, with even a limited budget, you can still get this kind of stuff. That might be a good idea for a video and stuff. Yeah, maybe we'll wind up doing that sometime here in the near future and stuff.
And it doesn't have to be just Walmart. It could be the dollar store. It could be Tractor Supply, although is Tractor Supply woke now?
Yes.
Oh, never.
Michael G never had AC until the 70s, made it just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like our central air is busted. I mean, we're in Texas. It gets really hot. We have a fan going behind us right now. But, I mean, we're fine. If I need to, just hop in the shower and cool off or something like that. It's not that big of a deal. But
we're doing a rent-to-buy by month-to-month basis. And you would think that the owner of the house would fix the AC. No, they want us to.
Yeah, we already shoveled out like $1,500 for it. Well, they were out twice. They did pay the first time, but the guys didn't fix it. So then I had to call them back, and then we had to fork out $1,500, which I thought that they were going to reimburse us, and they said no, they weren't going to do that. So I'm like, well, I'm not putting any more money into it because we're not staying here.
Yeah, and then they said we had something else fixed, and the owner said we owed them $75, and they wouldn't fix anything else until we paid that $75. And just by principle, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. So and plus, and since we're going to be getting out of here hopefully really soon, I'm not even worried about it for right now, But the humidity in Kentucky, well, I don't know. I think we might have you beat down here in Texas. We've got some pretty good humidity going on.
Well, we're pretty close to the coast, so we've got a little bit of humidity here.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. What was the other one that you were talking about? This is something different and away from apartments and stuff, but
yeah.
What?
And I was watching something on the news about the COVID, the whiskey shots. What if people all over the world start dropping like flies, the ones that got the whiskey shot.
Well, according to some places, they already are, and that's why a lot of people are having problems. But I don't know. I actually wonder when they do those polls and say so many people took this or so many people or whatever. I wonder if they're actually telling the truth or if it's accurate. Like any type of poll, I always wonder. I'm like, well, I was never polled for that, so how do you know? You know, it's like where do they get these polls and their answers from and stuff? And then, I mean, can you actually trust the news for anything that they say? Any of the news? I mean, really?
Well, back when I was a college student, I was working. I got out of the Air Force and I was working full time and going to college full time. One of the classes I took was statistics, and we delved into polls. First of all, you can skew a poll by the wording of the poll to try and reflect the outcome that you want. Also, what they don't tell you is they'll say 75% of the people believe this, with a plus or minus possibility, plus or minus error factor, where they could have a really large plus or minus error factor, but they don't tell you that. Also, when they say 9 out of 10, I think a lot of people think that they checked 1,000 people and basically 90% of the people thought this. No, it could actually be 9 out of 10 people. So polls are very suspect.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I don't remember how many people they said that took it. And I don't even know if that's like an accurate number. You know?
I don't believe it. Hardly anything I see on the news. It's
Well, the really sad thing about this is that they were making some people take it. You had to if you wanted to keep your job or, you know, different reasons and stuff. So I do understand why some people did take it. And I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to, you know, down you for taking it
No,
or
not at all.
anything. I mean, you know, you have to do what you have to do for your family. You got family to support, different things like that. There's many reasons why people did. And also, I don't think at the beginning they were very honest with anything either.
Oh, no.
I think the government should be sued for not telling people of what the side effects and the problems with it are. That I do think. And for making people take it. How can you make someone take something that you didn't even take? Because do you really think that these government officials took it? No, they took a saline shot or something. They didn't actually take it. Okay, now I'm getting all worked up. I'm starting to yell.
Some of these people that said they took it and said they were protected from COVID and got COVID.
Well, yeah, that's another factor too. But like these politicians and stuff that were on TV and they're like, oh, look, I'm getting it right now and stuff. Bull crap, you were getting it. That wasn't a real one. That was saline water or something like that.
Or vitamin B12.
Or, you know, something. So that I think that there should be some serious repercussions to for what they did to people. You know what I'm saying? And making them take it and not telling of all the risks that were involved in it. Because I don't think at first that any kind of risk was, you know, and people were like, okay, people are dying from this. This is bad. Yeah, let me go ahead and get this. And I don't think it was until after the first quite a few people had taken it that they're like, oh, this might not be so good for you. And, you know, vaccines have been around for a while.
Is that
like,
just now?
Huh?
Thanking us for congrats on the VA lung bracelet.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna butcher the name. Astatine 85. Thank you so much. So sorry if I messed that name up.
We're ecstatic.
Yes, but I think that there should be repercussion. Like people should be compensated for not knowing the facts beforehand. Like, okay, vaccines have been around for forever. I mean, kids take them now when they're babies and stuff. And I am not an anti-vax or anything like that. I just think that this was pushed out way too fast. I mean, how long did it take for them to come up with like chickenpox vaccine and smallpox and all that? Like when I was younger, they didn't have the chickenpox vaccine when I was a baby. So I wound up getting chickenpox. But now I know my kids, when they were babies, they had the chickenpox vaccine. So it had to have taken them quite a while for them to develop it and get it right. And they just pushed this one out so darn fast. And, I like Trump and everything, but he did some things wrong. Like this was one of them, the Operation Warp Speed. I think that was very, very wrong.
Outlaw Farm City heard that if you took the jab, you could go to jail if you give blood or donate tissue. That tells me something.
Yeah, they won't let you give blood anymore. And see, this is what worried me is that say like something, God forbid, happened or something, and I had to go to the hospital and I was like out of it or something. They had to give me a blood transfusion or something. How am I supposed to know that they're not giving me blood that was tainted with that? I mean, how did I know that?
That just sent me down another rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
Giving blood?
Uh-huh.
When I came back from overseas, and I was in England for 2 years, I could not give blood because I was in England for more than 6 months. They later said any place in Europe over 6 months because the beef overseas was not regulated like the beef in the United States.
It could be mad cow. Is that
mad cow disease.
Yeah.
So the U.S. beef is safer. Guess what they did recently? They took off the labeling of beef that is from overseas into America, where you can no longer see that the beef from overseas in America is from overseas.
They're doing quite a few weird things with the food, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down, and that's a whole nother video. Because they're taking off different labels, they're not telling you different things, they're adding bugs and stuff to food without telling us. There's certain words to look for on the food. I'd have to do the research because I can't remember what they all are because they're like big words that, that nobody would know what the heck that was. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother rabbit hole that we could go down. But that is some crazy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah. Well, that could be a whole nother rabbit hole. What if the beef coming over and then you got mad cow disease and it turned you into a zombie or something and you got became a type of zombie from the mad cow and from getting that whiskey shot. What if a combination of the whiskey shot plus getting the mad cow turned you into a zombie? I'm being serious. I mean, there's some possibilities here with some stuff.
Do not try to change the channel. We have control.
Okay, now I think
Twilight Zone.
Now I think we've gone a little bit overboard with all this. But I mean, seriously, so many weird things are happening lately that you just never know. Like, okay, 10 years ago, I would have been like, there's no way there's ever going to be any zombies. There's no way there's aliens. There's no way nothing.
She would make fun of me. There's no such thing as zombies. There never will be anything like zombies.
Now, after the last couple years, I wouldn't say no about nothing. Everything is a possibility. Everything is just.
Well,
so
now you're saying you hope the SHTF is zombies.
Well, I do, as long as they're slow moving, like on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Not on some of those other movies where they're fast.
As they move slow, and they can't use guns.
They can't use guns. They can't climb or anything like that. Then I'm all good. They can't open doors. I'm good.
Can I say the F word on here?
Well, they know what you're going to say.
Oh.
You're going to copy someone?
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead.
For anybody that watched Walking Dead, and when Negan became one of the good guys, and
the zombies started climbing the walls.
Yeah, and the zombie was climbing over something. He went, "What the fuck?"
That was actually my favorite part of the whole show. Just about Negan had some really good lines.
He was I hated him, and then I liked him. But even when I hated him, he still had some great lines.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, uh, among many.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so as long as they're not doing that kind of stuff, I'm all for zombies, man. It's perfect target practice and stuff. Hey, bring
Yeah.
them on. You know, some of this other stuff, I'm not so sure if I really want to happen. Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, when we get some land, I'm gonna have to teach you how to shoot moving objects.
Hey, Lord Eagle, good to see you, Grandma Vet. I don't know if I'm missing anybody that's come in lately. They're probably walking in and go, "What on earth are we talking about? We're talking about zombies and and aliens and some weird crap and the freaking taking the whiskey shot and then with Mad Cow." Yeah, they walked into some weird crap going on here, guys.
Well, I think maybe one of our next purchases would be a shotgun, and then I take you skeet shooting.
Oh, that would be fun. I've never gone skeet shooting before. Have you?
Uh huh.
Oh, I've never gone skeet shooting.
Yep.
That'll be fun. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Matter of fact, I was at work one time, and a friend of mine was going to go skeet shooting. At the time, I didn't have a shotgun, and he said, "Well, you can come with me. I'll let you use my shotgun." And I hadn't shot skeet in years, and I shot better than him. And using his shotgun, it really pissed him off.
Well, of course. You thought he was going to show you up.
Well, he didn't realize that when I was a kid, my grandfather had a farm, and my grandfather would take me out to the farm, and he had a 20 gauge shotgun that he let me use, and he would just throw stuff up in the air and have me shoot it. That's how I learned it. One of the ways I learned how to shoot.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or is that about
I guess
it?
not. In the future, when we do find a house, I'm probably going to do a lot of filming on as I'm building things. So you can look forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be really exciting too. Because we'll have to be starting everything all fresh and building up everything and gardening and all that stuff. So that'll be a lot of stuff for us to film and talk about as we go along it and stuff. So that'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to being moved. I'm not looking forward to doing the move.
Oh, we have so much stuff. It's like I don't even know what to do. Someone in a chat that I was in one day said, I don't remember if it was in Prepper Nation or somewhere else, but they said that, I think it was Prepper Nation's chat, but I'm not sure. They said that that they were going to be moving or something, and what should they do? Should they start eating their preps, or should they just, take the extra money to move all their stuff? And now I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like, man, I don't really want to bring everything. Maybe we should start going through some of it, but I don't know.
Well, as far as the long-term food, we're definitely...
Well, not that. That stuff's
Yeah.
fine. But like the cans and water and stuff like that, because that's going to be a lot to move.
I'm tempted to sell what little furniture we have and buy new there.
Yeah, that might be something too, just so we don't have so much stuff to move. But
And also, I think I'm going to start saving up money and pay for a moving company.
yeah, that might be a lot better too, because it depends where we're moving to.
Yeah,
how
if
hard
it's
it'll
in
be.
Texas, that's one thing. But if it's in
A different
West
state
Virginia,
or something, or Kentucky,
Kentucky.
or Alabama or whatever, yeah. Janice Heckler, hi. I didn't see you come in. Sorry. Teresa, did I say hi to you? I don't remember now. I'm having some brain fog going on. Yeah, that was something too. Yeah, Teresa said that post, she saw she was moving a long ways, and somebody had said too that a change in elevation, if you're changing elevation, it can pop your cans and your seals and stuff like that. And
Hadn't
some
thought of
people
that.
had lost some food when they were changing different elevations and stuff. So yeah, that's something to definitely think about too. Doing something like that.
well, it's kind of like when I was stationed at Reese, which is at Lubbock. It's on top of the Cap Rock, and my parents live in Lawton, and I had an older car that had tune-ups on it. Well, if I tune it up in Lawton, it wouldn't run well at Lubbock because it's 3,000 foot higher elevation.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something we'll have to definitely pay attention to then too, doing that. Also, I want to remind you guys, I don't know if you saw my post earlier today. Oh, hi Rayanne. I don't think I said hi to you either. Hello. Is Saturday. We don't usually do lives on Saturday. We're going to do a live this Saturday at 6 Central Time. And this is going to be just a fun family hangout get together. We're going to be doing Would You Rather. So we're going to just make up some different questions. Would you rather do this or this? That type of thing. And we're just going to have a fun chat, just a fun time, and not, just kind of put the week behind us and forget about the news and what's going on in the world, and just have a good fun hangout without so much doom and gloom and things like that. We thought that we could definitely use a break from it. Kind of thought, maybe you guys would like something different, could use a break from it and just have some fun. So remember that will be Saturday night, you guys. So I'm excited about that. It's something a little bit different and stuff, so we'll see. So if you guys can make it, that would be great. Anything else, or?
I guess that's all. We've been here an hour.
Okay, wow. Well, we've just been talking. But again, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are all wonderful.
You make it worthwhile. We look forward to seeing everybody on here. It just makes our day.
Yeah, definitely. You guys make it. Without you guys, I would just be talking to a camera and that would not be fun. You guys just just being here and showing us support and stuff, it just really makes me so much happier. And
everybody's wonderful. The support you're giving us, way more than I ever thought.
I couldn't ask for any more. You guys are just absolutely wonderful, and I really appreciate it so much.
It keeps us going. Your kind words, you're such great people, caring, giving. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And if you guys have anything to add, watching this after the fact, about apartments, any suggestions you guys have or anything like that, just please leave them in the comments for us. And I guess
any suggestions on what we should be looking for in a property that we want to move to?
Yeah, and if you guys,
I'm sure we've overlooked something.
Yeah, if you guys also have any ideas for some what ifs coming up, anything you guys want to talk about or something like that, leave those in the comments too for us, and then we'll try to get to those at some point too, because I want to get you guys involved too. So that's kind of the whole point of this. So leave us your suggestions and stuff like that too.
Okay, and you mentioned something before. Like I say, we're looking Texas. We're looking everything everything east of the Mississippi, and no higher than West Virginia or Kentucky and down. If anybody knows a good realtor in any of those areas, please drop us a line.
Yeah, email us or just leave a comment or something and we can get to it or something. Also, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And again, check and make sure that you are subscribed, because people just keep getting unsubscribed. So just recheck. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it's free. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I was gonna say east of the Mississippi and south of the Mason-Dixon line, but I think Kentucky and West Virginia is above the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I guess that's going to be it for us, and we will see you guys Saturday, hopefully, then.
Yep.
All right, have a wonderful night. God bless y'all.
God bless you.
Bye.